What are the pros and cons of living in Ahwatukee, Arizona? If you're thinking about moving to Ahwatukee or relocating anywhere in the Phoenix area, I'm going to give you the real story, not just the highlight reel, because no place is perfect. And yes, even our little mountain-back desert village has trade-offs. I've lived in Phoenix and across the Southeast Valley for over 25 years. I've called Ahwatukee home for nearly 20 of those years. And I've raised my family here, built my business here, sweated through summers here, watched sunsets that look completely unreal here. So today, you're getting the honest insider breakdown of living in Ahwatukee. The good, the challenging, and the you should probably know this before you pack the U-Haul. Hi, I'm Amy Richardson, owner and agent at the Savvy Realty Group with HomeSmart. If you're wondering what it's really like living in Ahwatukee, Arizona, you're in the right place. Pro number one, mountain views and everyday outdoor living. Living in Ahwatukee means you are backed right up to the South Mountain Preserve, one of the largest municipal parks in the country. This isn't drive across town to hike. This is lace up your shoes, grab some water, and be on a trail in minutes. And there's something about standing at the top of South Mountain on a clear day. You can see downtown Phoenix to the north. You can see the foothills below you. You have the Estrellas to the west, the Santans to the south, and on a really clear day, you can even see the Superstitions in the distance. It gives you perspective. It's quiet, it's expansive, it reminds you why people fall in love with living in Ahwatukee. And yes, the sunsets really are brochure perfect. Layers of orange and pink and purple that look filtered, but they aren't. The brochure just doesn't mention the scorpions or the rattlesnakes. And that brings us to the first con. Con number one, desert wildlife. When you live next to the desert sometimes shows up. Javelinas in your front yard, eating your cactus flowers like it's their personal salad bar. Coyotes trotting through the intersections like they've got somewhere important to be. The occasional bobcat perched on a block wall, and sometimes rattlesnakes stretched out at a trailhead, warming themselves in the sun. They're most active during the warmer months, usually April through early fall, especially in the mornings and evenings. So if that makes you nervous, you'll want to be mindful of that when you hike. And yes, scorpions. I've found them in my garage, and if you've lived here long enough, you probably own a black light because that's the best way you can spot them glowing in your yard at night. It sounds dramatic. It really just is desert living. Most longtime residents understand pest control, yard maintenance, and giving wildlife its space. But if you're relocating from somewhere that doesn't have these desert critters, it can be an adjustment. It's part of true desert living. Pro number two, winter weather that feels almost illegal. Now let's talk about why people move here in the first place, the winters. From October through April, living in Ahwatukee is kind of magical. 70s, 80s, blue skies, patio dinners in January. Meanwhile, half the country is scraping ice off its windshields. We've got Barrett-Jackson, the Phoenix Open, spring training, the Renaissance Festival. We've got snowbirds filling the pickleball courts and the restaurants. It's peak Arizona season. You can hike in short sleeves in January. And if you miss the snow, you can be in Flagstaff in about 2.5 hours, skiing or sledding, and still be back home, sleeping in your own bed that night. That flexibility is hard to beat. For many buyers relocating to the Phoenix area, winter alone makes living in Ahwatukee worth it. But before you pack away every sweater you own, we need to talk about summer. Because summer in Ahwatukee is a character-building experience. And that brings us to con number two. Summer heat and monsoon season. Summer here is hot. Yes, it's a dry heat, and that does make a difference, but not at 112 degrees. At that point, if there's a breeze, it feels like a hairdryer blowing on your entire body. So, what do? We adjust our schedules. Anything outdoors happens early, very early. By 10 a.m., we're making different choices. Shade becomes your new favorite friend. You will park farther away just to get a sliver of it. And here's where the dry heat actually helps. Mist systems. Because the air is dry, they can cool a patio down 10 to 15 degrees, which makes outdoor evenings doable. And the pool. The pool isn't optional. It's not a luxury. It becomes a part of your routine. You're not going swimming, you're resetting your core temperature. It's also why we have so many snowbirds in winter and why many head north before monsoon season becomes something they have to deal with. When the heat really peaks, we escape. We go to Flagstaff, Payson, Pine and Strawberry, Show Low, Greer. You can leave the valley in the morning and be surrounded by pine trees by lunchtime. And if you're staying closer to home, you can float the Salt River, you can go paddleboarding, and you'll almost always catch a glimpse of the wild mustangs along the banks. Then, monsoon season rolls in. Microbursts. 1 minute it's calm and the next minute your pool chair is in your neighbor's yard and everyone's texting, "Are you seeing this?" And yes, the word haboob might make you laugh, but when that wall of dust rolls towards you across the desert, it's not funny. It's dramatic, it's intense, and then it passes. Blue skies again. Most residents adapt, but summer is something you need to be aware of and understand before you move here, so that you know exactly what you're signing up for. Pro number 3, a true village feel. People say it takes a village, and that's exactly what Ahwatukee feels like. Maybe not quite Cheers style where everybody knows your name, but definitely the kind of place where you'll see someone you know almost everywhere you go. At the Y, on the trails, at the grocery store, kids ride their bikes to the park, run to their friends' houses, meet up before dinner. We've got First Fridays, we've got the Sunday Farmers Market, concerts in the park, light up Ahwatukee during the holidays. It's not flashy, it's familiar, and that community vibe is one of the biggest reasons people stay. But if nightlife is high on your priority list, that brings me to con number 3. There is limited nightlife. Ahwatukee winds down after 9 p.m. It gets quiet. Very we've got soccer in the morning energy. If you're the type who thinks 10:30 is when the night is just getting started, you'll probably find yourself heading out of the neighborhood. Chandler, Tempe, Gilbert, Scottsdale, or downtown Phoenix. And Uber or Lyft might become your new favorite app as you head out for dinner, concerts, or a late night with friends. Ahwatukee is active, just not late night active. For many families and professionals, that's perfect, but it's something to think about before you move here. Pro number 4, we have established homes with character. Ahwatukee has a different vibe from those massive, brand new master planned communities. Most homes were built in the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. So you get mature landscaping, larger lots, mountain views, neighborhoods that feel lived in, palm-lined streets, running into neighbors on evening walks, homes that have been updated and loved over time. And the variety here is impressive. From mountainside gated communities to large open lake communities and everything in between. Ahwatukee offers a wide range of builders, floor plans, price points, and neighborhood personalities. Each pocket feels a little different. For many buyers, that character and diversity are exactly what they're looking for. But if your dream is brand new construction with large-scale master planned amenities, we have a con here. Con number 4, limited large-scale new construction. Ahwatukee doesn't have that 3,000-acre mega community like you see in East Mesa or Queen Creek. Those are impressive, but they're also far out there. Ahwatukee is more established. We already have master plan neighborhoods like Mountain Park Ranch with pools, clubhouses, parks, and trails woven into the foothills. What we haven't had, until recently, is new construction at this scale inside this community. That's where Upper Canyon comes in. Upper Canyon is underway on the south side of Chandler Boulevard, just west of 17th Avenue. It's planned on about 373 acres with approximately 1,050 homes built by Fulton Homes, Blandford Homes, and D.R. Horton. At the center will be a 3.5-acre park with a clubhouse, pool, basketball, and pickleball courts, all with South Mountain as the backdrop. It's not a mega development, but it is brand new construction inside Ahwatukee with amenities. For relocation buyers who want that newer home feel without moving to the far edge of the valley, it's definitely worth watching. I'm putting together a full deep dive video on Upper Canyon, including timelines, builders, pricing expectations, and who this community might be the best fit for. So be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss that. And if you'd like more information specifically about Upper Canyon, just comment Upper Canyon below, and I'll send you what I know so far. Pro number 5. We are close to everything without feeling like it. Ahwatukee feels like a small, tucked-away community nestled against the mountain, but with the conveniences of big city living just minutes away. You get quiet neighborhoods, mountain views, and a slower pace at home, while still being incredibly connected. About 20 minutes to Sky Harbor Airport, around 25 minutes to downtown Phoenix. Easy access to the 202 and the I-10. A lot of people relocating here for major corporate and tech positions love that they can live in a scenic, community-focused area and still be roughly 20 minutes from work. Companies like Honeywell, Intel, and Northrop Grumman, just to name a few, are all within a very reasonable commute from Ahwatukee. That small community feel with major career access balance is a huge draw. But that convenience usually comes with a little structure and maybe some restriction. Bringing us to con number 5, HOAs are common. Most neighborhoods in Ahwatukee have HOAs, and that means rules, fees, and guidelines. So if your dream is to raise backyard chickens so you never have to buy eggs again, or park an RV in the driveway, build a detached workshop, or add that 10-car garage for your classic car collection, this might not be the easiest place to make that happen. Ahwatukee wasn't built for wide open sprawl. It was built for maintained neighborhoods, consistent curb appeal, and a certain level of structure. For many homeowners, that's actually a benefit. It helps protect property values and keeps neighborhoods looking polished. But if no HOA is high on your priority list, we'll want to look carefully at the few pockets where that's possible. They do exist, they're just rare. And that's something you'll want to understand before you move here. So what are the real pros and cons of living in Ahwatukee, Arizona? It's stunning desert sunsets and the occasional rattlesnake, patio weather in January, pool season in July, community events, and quiet evenings. For many buyers relocating to the Phoenix area, Ahwatukee hits a sweet spot you just don't find everywhere else. But if it turns out it's not the right fit for you, that's okay. I can help you find the one that is. I've lived all over Phoenix and across the Southeast Valley for over 25 years. I've called Ahwatukee home for nearly 20 of those years. And for nearly a decade now, I've been helping buyers and sellers navigate Ahwatukee and Southeast Valley real estate. My clients appreciate my honesty. They trust my expertise, and I always make sure their needs stay at the forefront of every house hunt. And if you'd like a copy of my Southeast Valley relocation guide, just type guide in the comments or shoot me a text. It's packed with things to do, places to go, neighborhoods to explore, and the things you really should know before making a move here. It's designed to help you feel confident about one of the most important decisions you'll make, purchasing your next home. Because remember, important decisions require savvy solutions.